welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to episode 121 of October the 5th of the year 2022. Today is a Wednesday, and today's episode is about emotional intelligence and the Zen state of mind. So I decided to do this episode because of the current situation of the world. I know it's in turmoil. It apparently is in turmoil. There are two different things going on in my feeling, my opinion, that there's this artificial game by the evildoers, by the system. They're trying to keep you distracted. They're trying to keep you low. They're trying to keep you enraged. They're trying to keep you using your mind. They're trying to keep your mind full. And this other thing, naturally, that organically, that is happening, that is humanity is winning, okay? And I keep insisting in these messages, even if it's not apparent, humanity is winning. There has never been a moment in humanity's history, in Earth's history, that as many as right now, today, October the 5th of the year 2022, humans were vibrating in love, humans were vibrating in peace, humans were vibrating in the same state. I know it's not apparent, but you have to trust me on this one. You will have to trust me, right, on this one. You have seen me for a while. I know by my feeling, and I'm always open to being wrong. I'm always open that this is just my truth. This is just my feelings inside me that I share with you listening. Because again, as I said since episode 1, this is about connecting with you, you listening. It's not about, having 1 million subscribers and, 10,000 views or whatever, because if I was about that, I would just peddle fear like most channels, okay? And that's how you, unfortunately, achieve that, okay? Right now, I think there's these two operations going on. The artificial one, it's all these things they're doing, but they're not important. And we're going to discuss on this episode why they are not important. And this very important this very important organic natural process going on of upgrading of humanity, of upgrading of this reality. We're going to dissolve this reality. We're actually doing it. You are doing it. Even if some of you may say, what, am I doing something? Yes, you are doing something. You and many others are why this reality is disintegrating right before our eyes, and we're being upgraded into something better, the new world, okay? So without further ado, because I have 3 videos to show you, let's get into the first one. This is about the artificial state that we want to achieve through, grooming, through, education that is being called by the system emotional intelligence. So it's not a bad thing. If of all artificial things I could pick, honestly, this one kind of the better ones, because the techniques they share to try to be calm and react better to stresses and situations in your daily life, they're good techniques. So I still believe that's the artificial way to go about it, because you have to suppress your emotions, when in the Zen state, as we're going to see, you just enjoy, you're in calm. You don't have to suppress anything. You just don't react, okay? You just let go. You just go with the flow. You let go yourself. You go, everything is through the heart, very little is through the brain. So emotional intelligence kind of wants to keep a balance, saying, it's the mind, but we put a little bit of heart so we don't get, into rabbit holes and stuff like that. That there are the typical arguments you may have. If you have been to a bar, if you have been to an online forum, if you have been to the comments of channels on video platforms, there is basically this notion that, someone expresses something, and if you are contrary to that opinion, most of the times there is no emotional intelligence, and it's basically their way or the highway. Okay, so if you agree, everything is great, you're friends and that. If you disagree, then they start with the name calling, they start with the attempted name calling, attempted, offenses, attempted ridiculization of your idea. You say, let's vibrate in love, they ridicule that and say, yeah, what is that gonna get me? Well, if you think like that, nowhere. If you think like that, nowhere, okay? Because you're not getting the point, apparently. If someone tells you that you must vibrate in love, it's basically telling to you must be in the Zen state of mind. You must be emotionally intelligent, which is the artificial part, and I'm going to kind of embrace it on this episode because it's not that bad at all. So let's watch the first video. This is mainstream totally. This is this notion going on right now that there are emotional intelligence courses and techniques and things you can do to be a little bit more emotionally intelligent. Some call it rage management. I don't agree. That's a whole different thing. But also there's this notion, this idea, this school of thought that emotional intelligence should be taught at schools. I don't see it as a bad thing. If I will add anything to the schools, like, I don't agree with the school system at all. But two important things I will add emotional intelligence more to the sense, more in the Buddhism style, okay, more in the sense state of mind. And I will add, actually, you're going to be surprised about this one, but I will add programming, because programming teach your mind to work for you, in my opinion. I've been a programmer all my life, and I think that has helped me tremendously. And when you leave behind the arrogance of the programming, which I went through, which most young programmers go through, they feel they're very smart. And I felt I was very smart for many years. So I can relate to that. Okay, they're in a different process. Let's just leave it at that. We mustn't judge. But yes, you feel you're very smart. When you leave that behind, programming is so good for your brain because it teaches you the logics to situation A, situation B, situation C. Always teaches you there are many possibilities to many things. Always teaches you there is a choice, because everything is a choice. Everything you do, everything you feel, the way you react is a choice. Sometimes it feels there is no choice, but believe me, if you analyze it properly, everything is a choice. So without further ado, let's watch the first video and I will give you my comments.
Emotional intelligence is the quality that enables us to confront with patience, insight, and imagination the many problems that we face in our effective relationship with ourselves and with other people. The term emotional intelligence may sound odd. We're used to referring to intelligence just as a general quality, without unpicking a particular variety a person might possess. And therefore, we don't tend to highlight the value of a distinctive sort of intelligence which currently does not enjoy the prestige it should. Every sort of intelligence signals an ability to navigate well around a particular set of challenges: mathematical, linguistic, technical, commercial. When we say that someone is clever, but add that they've made a mess of their personal lives, or that they've acquired a fortune but are restless and sad, or that they are powerful but intolerant and unimaginative, we're pointing to a deficit in what deserves to be called emotional intelligence. In social life, we can feel the presence of emotional intelligence in a sensitivity to the moods of others, and in a readiness to grasp the surprising things that may be going on for other people beneath the surface. Emotional intelligence recognizes a role for interpretation, and knows that, for example, a fiery outburst might be a disguised plea for help, or that a long political rant may be provoked by hunger, or that concealed within a forceful jolliness may be a sorrow that has been sentimentally disavowed. In relation to ourselves, emotional intelligence shows up in a skepticism around our emotions, especially those of love, desire, anger, envy, anxiety, and professional ambition. The emotionally intelligent refuse to just trust their first impulses, or the inherent wisdom of their feelings. They know that hatred may mask love, that anger may be a cover for sadness, and that we are prone to huge and costly inaccuracies around whom we desire and what we really want. Emotional intelligence is also what distinguishes those who are crushed by failure from those who know how to greet the troubles of existence with a melancholy and at points darkly humorous resilience. The emotionally intelligent appreciate the role of well-handled pessimism within the overall economy of a good life. Emotional intelligence isn't an inborn talent. It's always the result of education, specifically education in how to interpret ourselves, in where our emotions arise from, in how our childhoods influence us, and in how we might best navigate our fears and our wishes. In the ideal society, it would be routine to be taught emotional intelligence from the youngest age, before we'd had the opportunity to make too many mistakes.
Okay, so I agree with emotional intelligence, and it's better than nothing in a way. So if they want to teach them in schools and that and have courses, it's very okay. I know a lot of big companies, and I know companies locally here that are sending their employees, managers, and all that to these emotional intelligence courses, and they see benefits as far as the operation, because these leaders, air quotes leaders, you have followed me for a while. I don't believe in hierarchies, I don't believe in leaders, but okay, in this reality, we have leaders, we have managers, whatever, directors, and all that. And they actually operate better through emotional intelligence. So it's better than nothing, okay? Of the all artificial things we can have, this one really is something I can even applaud or even embrace, because if you're not going to have a sense state of mind, which is very difficult to achieve, believe me. And I'm not saying I have been there. Again, sometimes I speak and maybe I'm implying I'm already in a sense state of mind. No, I try every day, okay? I try every day. I meditate, and I see how am I working process, how I'm in this line. going from in this lifetime, all this learning I'm trying to do, of really trying to be better, okay? But I notice every day I'm this imperfect being full of flaws, and I'm just trying, okay? But trying is better than not trying. So my suggestion to you today, just try it. Just try to be calm, try not to think so much, try to go more with your feelings, with your heart. I think that's the true natural emotional intelligence, okay? That's the true natural one, and it's the Zen state of mind that the Buddhists teach. And I've heard this notion, Buddhism is a religion. I don't agree. And if it is, if someone will put a gun to my head and say, you know what, to continue existing in this reality, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pick a religion. I will pick Buddhism. Is Buddhism okay? Yeah, Buddhism, all right. That's the one I will pick. No way, with all due respect, no way I will pick Christianism, Catholicism, Jews, Muslim. No. I'm sorry, it's just not for me. I'm sure they're excellent, and if you are that, it's perfectly fine. But for me, if I was forced, I will pick Buddhism because more than a religion, it's very little ceremonial. That's what I like about Buddhism. It's a way of life. It's like, why not be like that? Why not be calm instead of, why not be peaceful instead of angry? Why don't vibrate in love? Even some people mock about that, like love, like in the 60s, you know, peace and love is nothing to do with that. That was about, you know, smoking marijuana and having sex and not working. That's what the 60s movements were. But they love to really, you know, mix it up of saying if you vibrate in love, you want to be lazy, you don't want to be bothered. No, you're going to put in the work, the same as everyone. It's just you elect. You always have a choice. Everything on the universe is neutral to you. If you decide to have a choice, if I'm going to react with love to something, I could react with rage. I'm going to react with love again, something I could react with fear. I'm going to react with love, something I could react with hate. So you see, love is the constant. All the other emotions change because they are, in my humble opinion, constructs of your mind, okay, constructs of this reality. They're totally artificial. You mustn't feel any hate. You mustn't feel any fear. You mustn't feel any judgment to others. You mustn't feel any violence. You mustn't feel any need for justice. You mustn't feel all of these things, lust, envy, all of these things, because they are just inventions of this reality, of a system that that is confused and once you're suppressed, so you continue to be of use to them through the harvesting of your love. Your love is transmuted to all of this, they win. You vibrate in love, they lose. Hope it makes sense. So let's look at the second video. This is an explanation of the Zen state. It's very mainstream also, but it's a very good, it's kind of the best one I found. I also want to clarify, I don't have the time to invest a lot in the production of these videos, so I go through the main platforms looking for videos, but I don't invest more than 30 minutes. So luckily on this one, I feel that I found one that it's a very good explanation of the Zen state. So let's watch it together and I'll give you my thoughts.
Zen is a form of Buddhism. In the West, Buddhism is often ascribed to two main schools. Mahayana, literally the Great Vehicle, which Zen is a part of and is prominent in East Asia, therefore also referred to as Eastern Buddhism, alongside Theravada, literally the teaching of the elders, prominent in Southeast Asia. Some scholars also include Vajrayana, a kind of esoteric Buddhism, as a third school, practiced in the northern Himalayan region, among other places. Zen originated in China, when Buddhism spread from India to China and was strongly influenced by Taoist philosophy. It then spread all over Asia, in countries such as Vietnam, Korea, and Japan. Today, it is practiced all around the world. Zen literally means meditation. Zazen, or seated meditation, is the primary practice of the Zen Buddhist tradition. It is a means of insight into the nature of existence, that is, the nature of the mind and of things. This insight is expressed personally in daily life, especially for the benefit of others. Unlike religion, Zen does not mention God. It does not try to explain how the world was created and what happens after death. A Zen koan is a paradoxical anecdote or riddle without a solution, used to create doubt and demonstrate the inadequacy of logical reasoning, to test a student's progress in Zen. A famous one is, if you meet the Buddha, kill him. What we can make out of this is perhaps that we have to kill our ideas, whether it be God, becoming rich, to end suffering. We have to break open from our conceptual framework that keeps us trapped from our creations, and be open to what actually is. What we are all searching for is right inside of us, not in the sky or somewhere else. Buddhism has at its base these things called sutras, which are the teachings of the Buddha. Although Zen uses them, it really emphasizes much more one's own experience, which is the way to discover the truth of the Buddhist teaching, not through intellectual understanding and study, but through one's actual experience. As such, it is less of a theoretical philosophy and more of a way of life and personal spiritual practice. Zen highlights meditation as a way of experiencing basic reality, sitting quietly, going deep, and asking the question, what am I? That is the fundamental question in Zen. It begins with the curiosity and wonder of who you are. If we take a look at our modern society, people can seem quite inauthentic. A lot of posturing or creating personas, concealing our true self, and presenting ourselves as someone different to who we really are, in order to impress other people. This forms a shadow, as psychoanalyst Carl Jung puts it, where all of our repressed emotions and negative traits are stored. We then behave like a passive victim of our shadow, which slowly takes control of our personality and of our actions. Zen tells us to stop for a moment, to think about what we are doing with our life, to begin to wonder, who are you? What are you really? Not what your parents wanted you to be, not what society wants you to be, but what is the truth? Who are you really? And what kind of life makes sense for you? Not what people tell you to do, but for you, what is your truth? Simple meditation allows us to go deeper into our reality and see things more clearly. Most of us, if not all of us, are bound to our conceptual thinking. We get stuck in the commentary of things. We ruminate, we overthink. There's an ongoing mental chatter going on. As the Taoists would say, empty yourself of everything. Let the mind become still.
Okay, as I said, I feel that was a very good explanation of the Zen state. Of course, it comes from Buddhism. Some things I want to clarify. Yes, it talks, you mostly think about God, how the earth was created. I will stand by my statement I said many times through my 121 episodes, make things work for you, okay? So I have my relationship with God. Actually, you're going to be surprised, but I speak to God every day. He doesn't reply. It's not a conversation, okay? It's more of a monologue. I tell him things, and the thing is, he responds in ways I do not understand, okay? Maybe a sign 50 minutes later that I've done this, there's a response in some way, something I hear, something that I feel inside me, something that goes to my brain, a voice in my brain, if you want to call it like that. But I speak to God every day. I don't abide by that I shouldn't think about God. God is my Father. God is your Father. That's the way I see it. God is our Father. And for me not to think about him every day, he doesn't need our worship, but at the end, for me, it's very important in all of our lives, okay? So I don't agree with that of the Zen state. I agree more that you should tune out. I mean, you should clear your mind of all these things going on. The war, the pandemic, the vaccine, whatever, carnage, you want to call it, the people are dying everywhere, the inflation, all of that. Clear your mind, fill your heart. Clear your mind, fill your heart. Think less, love more. Okay, so I'm not sure how long this has been going on, but 3 videos probably gonna go a little bit longer, and I'm trying to get to the point faster for you, because I know we are all very busy. Your time is very valuable. So for me, it's an honor that you're listening to this video cast. So I'm trying to get to the point faster, deliver so much information to you as fast as possible. So let's watch the third video. It's a story. It's like a cartoon. It's very interesting stuff. Please watch the subtitles. It's in English with subtitles. This is very, very interesting, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts.
Once upon a time, a professor went to a Zen master. He asked him to explain the meaning of Zen. The master quietly poured a cup of tea. The cup was full, but he continued to pour. The professor could not stand this any longer, so he questioned the master impatiently. "Why do you keep pouring when the cup is full?" "I want to point out to you," the master said, "that you are similarly attempting to understand Zen while your mind is full. First, empty your mind of preconceptions before you attempt to understand Zen. If your mind is empty, it is always ready for anything. It is open to everything. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. You see, in life, in your life, we all are full of preconceptions all the time. We are constantly judging, and trying to relate things, actions, disasters to one another. But this is wrong. Our mind must be empty. We should not have any preconceptions, and we should take every event, every word, every feeling as what it is. Keep an empty mind, and your heart will be always full.
This is amazing stuff. So, without further ado, give your mind a break and give your heart a chance. Think less, love more. Okay? Really, we're full of information. We try to rationalize everything. And there's something, it's going to be Friday's episode. I'm going to talk about the gift of consciousness, because we don't appreciate this gift. And I'm talking about myself. I don't appreciate this gift as much as we need to appreciate it. That we realize things. We realize we have the possibility to understand who we are. Where do we come from? That's something, believe me, a dog, a bird, a fish, a tree, the sea doesn't realize. They're having more nature primitive existences, okay? So for us, we have that gift, but we unfortunately want to rationalize everything, make it like if it was a mathematical equation, make it go to our brain. So okay, the world, so this and that, so everyone is dying. So no, just relax. Think less, love more. Okay? Hope you, that's the message, okay? Think less, love more. And with that, please stay for the last 3 minutes of the show. And if everything is okay, I shall see you back on Friday. Have a great Wednesday. Enjoy it. Think less, love more. Thanks. We want you on the show. Send me an email to hey@humanitywins.net to schedule an interview. Help me out by making the show more interesting, fun, and knowledgeable by having you on and giving our viewers the opportunity to learn from you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.